Hi, so today I have pros and cons of moving to Kansas City. Stay tuned, here we go. So, most of you know I am born and raised and raising my family, or actually kind of almost done raising my family here in Kansas City, and I am here for the long haul. If you're watching my videos, you're probably either a big fan of Kansas City or you're thinking about relocating into Kansas City. And so I've got some great ideas for you about good and maybe some not so good things about Kansas City. Kansas City is really a very affordable place to live. We have a very low cost of living here. So I did a little bit of research and I found that the average home price in Kansas City, Missouri is around $220. If you were to be looking in like the Overland Park suburbs, average home is about $450. Lee Summit around $4. And it really, the rest of living here is very affordable. You can cost of living is reasonable. Groceries are reasonable. We've dealt with inflation and some of the pains of this last year, just like everybody else has. But overall, it's in a very affordable place to live, to be able to buy a home and earn some equity, and then maybe sell that with a nice little nest egg and move into a bigger home or do something else with that bit of equity that you've earned. So the affordability and cost of living in Kansas City is fantastic. There are so many different kinds of communities to choose from when you're landing in Kansas City. We have kind of the urban core. Kansas City, Missouri is where our downtown is. You do notice, I'm sure you've seen the difference between the Kansas and the Missouri state lines. Most of the downtown part, actually all of the downtown part of Kansas City is on the Missouri side. And it's really grown in the last 10, 20, 30 years to a place that has a lot of entertainment, a lot of restaurants and things to do, music venues. It's really become a really urban, wonderfully fun place to hang out and really enjoy. A con to the Kansas City, Missouri urban core is the schools. The Kansas City, Missouri School District has been struggling for years and years and years. There are quite a few charter schools, lots of charter schools, lots of private schools, and some Catholic schools, religious schools as well. Those all come, most of them, with application processes, and some of them, the private ones, come with the price tag. So that is a challenge for families moving into Kansas City, Missouri with the school district. Now, right along with the many diverse communities, we have lots of suburbs, both on the Kansas side and the Missouri side. Kansas City, Missouri has Lee Summit, Blue Springs, Parkville, Park Hill. All of those come with really great school districts. And Liberty is one. North Kansas City. There's lots of really great suburbs in the Missouri side, which do come with them kind of that suburban feel, newer homes, some new construction as well, and good school districts. On the Kansas side, there's equal amounts. We have Shawnee Mission School District, which is part of Overland Park and Shawnee and Mission, Prairie Village, Leawood. All of those towns are part of the Shawnee Mission School District. Blue Valley schools are also in Leawood and Overland Park. And then you've got Olathe, which is in the third big school district, and that is obviously part of Olathe. Lenexa is typically part of Shawnee Mission, and then DeSoto School District is over there with Shawnee and DeSoto as well. So you've got lots of opportunities for suburbs in the Kansas and the Missouri side. So really a lot of diversity and a lot of options. Kansas City is a big sports town. If you have care about sports at all, you've seen us. I'm not that much of a sports ball fan. I don't really follow too much, but it's kind of hard to miss it, really, in Kansas City. We just hosted the NFL draft, and that pretty much took over our downtown, midtown area, and Union Station and Memorial Liberty Memorial, and it was a pretty exciting event for our city, and a lot of pride goes with that. Kansas City Chiefs have won the Super Bowl. The Royals did some great things back a few years ago. It looks like we're going to be getting a new stadium that will be probably closer to the Kansas City area, in the downtown area soon. And one thing that I think is pretty exciting is the women's soccer team. The KC Current is going to have their very first stadium, the first women's only soccer stadium, and that is being built right now by the river, and that's very exciting on the Kansas City, Missouri side. We also have Sporting KC for men's soccer, and lots of great sports going on here in Kansas City. The art scene is a little bit more my speed. Kansas City has some fantastic art. We have fantastic music, lots of venues for live music all over the city, jazz, blues, contemporary, just whatever you want to listen to, we've got it here. The art scene also is amazing. We have the Nelson Atkins, which is a fantastic, it's top of the line, well respected art museum that is free except for special exhibits that is here down on the Missouri side. Next to that is the Kemper Museum of Contemporary Art, which has rotating exhibits as well, and that one's free. We have First Fridays in the Crossroads, which is the first Friday of every month. Fantastic art exhibits with local and national artists and all kinds of street vendors and food trucks. And it's a really fun event to kind of wander around and enjoy Kansas City's art scene that way as well. The only con I have about the art scene is most of it is in Kansas City, Missouri. So if you happen to be in one of those little suburbs down in South Overland Park, you're just going to have to take a field trip. But there's nothing wrong with that. Transportation in Kansas City is a little bit tricky. We have pretty poor public transportation. There is a bus system that runs both in Johnson County and in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm fairly certain they don't link up at all. So if you're trying to get from one end to the other, you're just not going to have any luck unless you have a car. So you pretty much need a car in Kansas City. We have really added to the streetcar, which is a free streetcar that goes down through the core of Kansas City, and it is expanding into North Kansas City soon and back all the way to the plaza from kind of the Union Station area in the core of Kansas City's Midtown. So that is growing and that's exciting. So, but if you're going to be moving here, you definitely are going to need a car for Kansas City. Another plus with our transportation is the brand new international airport. It is fantastic. And I've just taken 2 international flights from Kansas City International Airport in the last couple months to visit my daughter who is studying abroad. And it was smooth and easy and seamless. So I have a lot of great things to say about our new airport. And I know that it will bring more and more flights to Kansas City, maybe some more nonstops, and really create a nice hub here. Kansas City has some pretty spectacular food. We also have some pretty great drinks. There's a ton of breweries around in Kansas City. Boulevard Brewery is one of the big ones. Torn Label is my favorite. But we have really good restaurants. In fact, 7 of our restaurants and drink establishments have been nominated for James Beard Awards just this year. And I'm just going to tell you about a few of them. The ones that I know about that I've visited. One of my favorites is Waldo Thai, which is obviously in Waldo, which is right on the Kansas and Missouri line. And it has the most amazing Thai food and a really great mixologist over there as well to make some spectacular drinks. Another one of my favorites is Yoli Tortilleria. It won nominated for Best Bakery. They have the best tortillas, and you can get those at the Overland Park Farmers Market. You can go down to West Side, which is where Yoli is, and pick them up there as well. And they have pop-ups during the summer, and it's really, really yummy. Drastic Measures is a new bar that's in Shawnee, Kansas, and it won for one of the best, or it's been nominated for best bar, and I'm really dying to try that. They apparently make some pretty special mixed drinks and have a very creative mixologist. So that's on my list, as is Town Company, which was the chef there was nominated for best chef. That is a restaurant inside of the Kansas City hotel, and that it's really well known and is pretty well respected. I'm excited to give that a shot too. I honestly have no cons to say about Kansas City food. Barbecue, all those good restaurants, good drinks, beer. What can you, there's nothing, no con. Sorry. Enjoying things outside has a couple, we can go a pro and a con on this one. So Kansas City has a lot of great things to do in the spring, summer, and fall outside. Deanna Rose Petting Zoo was one of my favorite places to take my kids when they were little. The Kansas City Zoo is on the Missouri side. It's gigantic and wonderful, and that's a really great place to go and enjoy the outside. We have lots of hiking trails like at Swope Park, which is on Missouri side. Shawnee Mission Park has great hiking trails as well. Lots of lakes. Lake Jacomo's on Missouri. Shawnee Mission Park Lake is in Overland Park. You can there's just so much to do outside in Kansas City. The con there is our winters are cold and they get a little bit uncomfortable. So wintertime is not so great outside. We don't get enough snow to really do anything in it other than maybe build a snowman real quick and then go in and warm back up. But our winters are not great for outside. So, and in the heat of the summer, it's kind of miserable. So, there's a few months in there that I'd say doing things outside are kind of a con, but most of the year there's so much to do and there's some great places to do it. Today we are having the most beautiful spring day in Kansas City. Kansas City has all 4 seasons, and I think that's definitely a pro. We really do have a beautiful spring and fall. Those are probably my favorite. Those are the driest, less humid of the months in Kansas City, and we definitely see all 4 seasons. The summer gets very, very hot, but there are some great things to do outside. We do get very humid, which is probably a bit of a con, at least in my opinion. Although I have some friends that absolutely love the humidity and the heat and the sticky. So I don't quite understand that, but they love it and that's good for them. Our winters get cold. We do get snow this past winter, 2022 and 3. We really didn't have a whole lot of snow. You do need to typically shovel. We get ice storms. We have hail. We have freezing rain in the winter as well. So our winters get interesting, but if you're not used to that, you'll learn how to drive in it and deal with it. And it's cold, but it's doable. One of the things I love about Kansas City are the people. There's just a Midwestern kindness, I think, that we have here. People will look at you in the eye and say hello. We have lots of people who will just strike up conversation, and neighbors are neighborly and kind to each other. So I think our people is very much a pro. I can't really come up with a con on the people. I will kind of piggyback the con with people is our crime rate is not fantastic. And most of that is in Kansas City, Missouri. We have a very pretty tough crime rate down in Kansas City, Missouri. And I think like any major city though, if you are aware of your surroundings and you are being smart about looking like you're aware of your surroundings and not putting yourself in awkward or dangerous positions, you should be fine. There are many safe places to live in Kansas City, and I'm happy to go into that with you if you have questions. But really, like most major cities, if you're just aware and you're careful and you're alert, you should be fine. But that might be a con. I really could keep going. I love Kansas City. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Please let me know what I forgot or elaborate on something that I mentioned. What's your favorite thing about Kansas City? What's a con? What's something you wish would looked a little bit different here? I'd love to hear your comments. And please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you get all these videos as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching.